Hi, I'm CJ Grace of 2graphicforyou.com, and this is a Windows Live Movie Maker tutorial that I had previously done. Yet due to issues with YouTube as I'm not monetizing that video due to copyright issues, though I had provided them with the license agreement for some background music I was using, it had been well over a year and they still had monetized that video. So, rather than argue about it, I just decided to delete that video and start over. Had YouTube finally decided to monetize that video, all the views that it had would not have been accounted for. Now, though this program that I'm using is Windows Movie Maker, since I've done a Windows Live Movie Maker tutorial, I had since updated to version 12, regrettably. So, the reason why I downloaded actually version 12 was because I wanted to see if there were any significant differences between the two versions, the one that I had, which was Windows Live Movie Maker version 11, and this one version 12. I only found a few differences in it, and not enough to make tutorials about, and that was that Windows Movie Maker version 12, the difference was that it allows you to add an outline to your text, and it even allows you to add size of the outline. I didn't really think that that was significant enough to make a tutorial about, so I didn't. And I have heard some wide issues, with this version, and I would not recommend that if you have version 11, I would not recommend that you upgrade to version 12, because I've heard way too many people saying that the program crashes, which I have also experienced. Also, when you have completed your video, you've rendered your video, you upload it to YouTube, the upload process was fine. Actually, the rendering process was fine. These people watched their video again, just like I had done, and they made sure that everything was right and working before they uploaded to YouTube, and everything was. However, once they uploaded it to YouTube, that it was sound, but no video, and I have experienced the same thing and some other issues which are really too long to go into, but if you have currently version 12, I would not recommend that you upgrade. I mean, if you currently have version 11, I don't recommend upgrading to version 12. It's not worth it. It crashes too many times. Now, I don't use Windows Movie Maker. I only make tutorials about them, and I think this is the last tutorial I'm going to make. Actually, I think I might have one more, and then after that, I think I'm done with the tutorials altogether, unless I think of something else. But I do realize that there are a lot of people out there that want to get started in making videos, and Windows Movie Maker, or Windows Live Movie Maker, is a great way for beginners to start out. It's very basic, it's very easy to use, and most beginners don't really want to dole out a bunch of money for one of the newest high-end video programs. So Windows Live Movie Maker is the way to go. Now, just to shorten it up too, even when I had Windows Live Movie Maker, I've noticed that a lot of people have gotten upset that I referred to it, or other people have referred to it, as Windows Movie Maker. And they would say, well, it's Windows Live Movie Maker. You know what? Things like that are not relevant to me. It's not important to me, and I don't even use the program anymore. That's what I started out with, but I don't use it anymore. But it's not really a big deal if you refer to it as Windows Movie Maker, if it's Windows Live Movie Maker. I just use it to shorten it up. And this version that I do have happens to be Windows Movie Maker. So anyway, let me go ahead and get on with this tutorial. I am redoing it. It's one that I had previously done, but I have to redo it to explain to those who do not know the difference between saving and rendering, and how to upload that video once we're done. I'm going to explain what the difference is between saving and rendering, and I will also show you how to save and render and how to upload to YouTube. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Saving only allows you to save your work. If you're unable to complete your project, saving will allow you to pick up where you left off instead of closing it out and starting all over again, like I have noticed a lot of newbies in the past do. They get frustrated, they don't know how to save, so they just close it out and start all over again. Now, that can be really frustrating when you have to do that. Now, there are a couple of ways to save your project, and the first one may be easier because it's visible and you can click on it. I'm referring to the save icon located right up here in the upper left corner of the program, the little icon that resembles a floppy disk. If you can recall what those look like. If you click on that, you get your little save project window popping up, which opens up to your videos library, which I recommend is where you save your videos. And I also recommend that you name the project. Name the project exactly what it's about. Don't leave the name mymovie.wlmp, because I've noticed a lot of people, when they do this, they also, when they upload this video to YouTube, they leave the name exactly as is. Another reason why you don't want to do it is you're going to have a lot of other video projects in here, and if you leave it as mymovie.wmp, you're going to end up making mistakes. You're going to end up overwriting existing names with that first name, and you're going to get confused when you want to find the video you're looking for. So I do recommend that you type in exactly what the video is about. If it's about auto detailing, you write about auto detailing, and if it's your first one about auto detailing, then you better write, you're going to have more, then you better write, say, like auto detailing part 1, and so on. Now, the second way of saving, if you notice, when you rest your mouse cursor on that icon, you'll notice in parentheses it says CTRL plus S. That is a keyboard shortcut. And if you go ahead and press Control S, it also brings up that same window, allowing you to name your project. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll just name it that right now for this tutorial. So go ahead now and click on Save. Now, when saving your video, that does not allow you to upload your video to YouTube. Notice up here at the top now, since you saved it, the title is all the way up here at the top. But saving does not allow you to upload your video to YouTube, though you may be able to view your video as if it is complete in the preview window. You are seeing it how it will look when you have rendered it. Each video clip or picture that you have placed in your project is a separate file. Every text, animation, or effect is also separate. So rendering compresses all the file into one file. There are a couple of ways to render your video or start the rendering process. The first way is staring you right in the face, and that's right up here where it says Save Movie. When you choose this option, it gives you a number of options to choose from, but I recommend that you choose high definition display. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention here before you choose to render your video, where'd it go? I want to go to the top here. Project. It's under the Projects tab. And you'll notice here that you have the choice between widescreen and standard. Now, this is something I believe I covered in one of my previous videos, but I want to go ahead and cover it again. Now, I've only placed these video clips and this picture here in the program just for the purposes of this tutorial. So, really, if you are adding video to it and you took, say you used a high definition camera, your video is not going to come out turning out like this with these bars up here on the top unless you're using the standard method. But if you want to choose widescreen, which is something I recommend, because when you think about it, people don't just view video on their computers anymore. Now we have these computer monitors that are like a smart TV, like smart TVs. Even laptops are, and it is in the widescreen version. So you notice how when I switch that over, now I have an old desktop from Dell, and if you recall what one of those old monitors looked like, they already started back in 2003 coming out with flat panel monitors for computers, but I have one of the big bulky ones. Now you'd be able to see it like this in the standard version on that computer monitor, but on my laptop, this is how it would come out. People aren't just viewing videos on their computers anymore, but they're viewing them on laptops with the widescreen laptops. They're viewing them on their smartphones, and now we have tablets or iPads and also smart TVs. So realistically, what you want to do is you want to set your project to the widescreen mode. So the other way of rendering is if you go all the way over here to the left hand corner, you can click on that and it shows down here save movie. Oh, you do get more settings here also. Okay, well, I don't recommend using any of these. But high definition display. However, if you do want to burn your movie to a DVD, then I would recommend to go ahead and use that. But if you're doing it for YouTube, I recommend going with high definition display. So since I've already saved this movie, now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to upload. So once you're in your YouTube account, notice all the way up here, there's the upload button. Go ahead and click on that. And then you click on that arrow. That's not supposed to come up. Click on that arrow. Then you can select the file. And once you click open, it will automatically start the upload process. When you are uploading, this gives you the opportunity to name your video. Now say this is a video tutorial I'm doing about Windows Movie Maker, which it is. Now if you look at the title of this video, it doesn't show the file name that I named it for. it shows Windows Movie Maker how to save, render, and upload. And then in the description area, I explain in here what the difference is between what I'm going to talk about in the video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to save, render, and upload, and explain the differences between save and render. Lots of people leave this blank. I recommend you don't leave it blank. What you want to do is you want to draw your viewers in. So if you have a website, I would first recommend that you put your, and I hate this thing's come out, you put your website in, but the clickable version, and that is by adding HTTP, semicolon, forward, put your website in, your web address in, and then write in there what the video tutorial is about, or what your video is about. Don't be afraid to write in here. Think of it as a mini blog. And then at the end, when you're done, go ahead and put the same information at the bottom of your website, and then put your tags down here, not in the video description below, and this box right here. Then if you have playlists, I recommend that you add it to your playlist. If you have subscribers, go ahead and add a message to your subscribers and share on Google Plus and on Twitter. Also, if you have the option, add a custom thumbnail, and I have another video on that, which I'll place the link to that in the video description below, so you can find that, and the importance of custom thumbnails, which I'm going to write up on my website. I have a lot more to do on my website. I just had to suddenly switch over to my website, so it's not quite done yet. But anyway, that is how you upload. Make sure you monetize. And I'm going to make another tutorial also about playlists. But if you have playlists, go ahead and add that video to it. If you don't know how to set up playlists, I'm going to make a video on that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cancel this out. Anyway, this video was just to explain to you the difference between save and render, and I showed you how to save, how to render, and how to upload your video to YouTube. I do not recommend uploading your video to YouTube to Vimeo from up here. It causes a lot of problems if you don't have your information right. Actually, I have tried it a couple of times, and that's why I recommend you don't do it. It just causes too much problems. You're much better off by going actually to your website, to your web browser, going to YouTube and uploading that way, because otherwise it just causes too much confusion. So anyway, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you found value in it. If you did, please leave me a like, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, because I have a lot more tutorials on the way, not just in Windows Movie Maker, but a whole bunch of other tutorials, and all of them are designed for those of you who want to make a business out of YouTube, how to monetize on YouTube, and how you can really excel your monetization on YouTube. So that's it for this tutorial. I'm CJ Grace. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Thanks for watching.